Welcome back. This is Insights, and my guests today are Chris Shalom and T Sharp. Great to have you on Insights.
Thank you.
T Sharp, Shalom, you were not always stars. You're stars today, but you were not always one. How was growing up like? Were you, let me start with T Sharp. Were you born with a silver spoon in your mouth, golden cup in your hand, or born into a family of give us this day our daily bread?
Praise God. Pastor, thank you for this opportunity to be on set with you on this lovely program. It's so inspiring for me. Growing up as a child, I happened to be the last born of my mother. But fortunately, I came as a twin, so I have another...
Oh, you're twins?
Yes, another girl. So growing up for me was fun. I wouldn't say I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth, but it was, well, it was not, it was a family, I should call it like a middle class stroke, semi. I don't know how to group it right now, but we didn't lack anything. We had everything we wanted. We went to good schools. We grew up as Christians. My father was a minister in the church. Okay. My mom was the choir mistress.
Okay, now I see where it's coming from.
All my siblings, my sisters particularly, were in the choir, all of them. They were the lead singers in the choir, and so growing up for me was fun. I tell my friends I had the best of times growing up. It was all fun, music, except sometimes when you act naughty and they spank you.
Oh, wow, that's great. Shalom, something different?
Well, I actually didn't think about this, you know, that I and T Sharp, we share a lot of things in common. I also happen to be the last child, you know, and the only son. And I also happen to be a twin too.
Wow, that's interesting. Got twins here today.
I'll tell you. And my mother also happened to be a minister in the choir, you know, as well as all my sisters. You know, and so we do share a lot of a lot in common.
So it was music all the way.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
So growing up was pretty cool. You know, yeah, I wasn't born with a silver spoon, you know, but then I had fun.
Yeah.
You know, I really, you know, I had fun. My father got sick just about the time I was giving birth to, and so my mother became the breadwinner of the family, and you know she was such a strong woman.
Wow.
You know, I love my mother so much. She's gone to be with the Lord now. Wow. You know, but I love her. Share a lot. Yeah.
Oh.
You know, I love her. She raised me to be the person that I am. You know, today, and I'm really grateful, and to all my sisters.
Wow, that's great. So how was journey through school?
It was cool. It was cool. One funny thing, I got into primary school with feeding bottle in my mouth. You know, I guess that's as a result of being the last child. You know, I wouldn't let go of the feeding bottle. So my primary one, I had it. You know, it was cool. I attended a missionary school. You know, missionary primary school, missionary secondary school, you know, and I also attended Muslim School of Music and studied a bit about music there, and also went to the University of Lagos, you know, creative arts department, you know, music major.
Okay.
Yes.
You're a graduate?
Yes, for me, the schools I went to, well, my mother was a teacher, so there's always this thing about teachers' children. They must be disciplined, they must be smart, they must be, you know, right at the top of the class. So growing up in primary school, I started at 4 years.
Okay.
I was 4. I was about the youngest in the class, and yet almost the smartest. So I grew up with, I went to this, I shared the same class with my mates, like 2 years ahead of me, like 2 classes ahead of me. So actually, the mates, my real mates graduated like 2 years behind me. I was 2 years ahead of them, and yet I was the smartest. Then my mom retired from school. Then we were in Kwara State, retired from school and came to Lagos because of her illness. She was hypertensive, so she moved to Lagos. We had to move with her to Lagos, being the last born, because we were the toys of, of the house. So I changed primary school. I finished my primary school. Then secondary school, I went to a school in GRA and did my secondary there. I came out tops too in class. I was always the brain boy. Yes, so, but unfortunately, it took me a little while to get into the higher institution. You know, I just couldn't get the admission. I don't know why. And I was so choosy.
But eventually you got it.
Of course I got it.
And you graduated. There's a reason I'm asking this question. But did you by any means, were you by any means tempted to drop out of school just because you discovered you had a great voice?
Well, for me, Pastor, I was never really one with a great voice, Pastor. It's amazing. I had a good voice growing as a boy, but when I began to evolve into teenage to adolescence, I lost it when the voice cracked. So I remember on my 16th birthday in church, it was my birthday, it was a Sunday, and the church setting was such that, Pastor, if you were a man, you'll be the last to all the ladies will give their testimonies, then the man, or all the men, followed by the men, then the oldest man will now lead in songs. But on this day, I was the only man, well, only boy, and the only person among the women, and we always went forward. So I took the mic to sing. There was no way I could dodge it. When I sang, Pastor, people actually blocked their ears. They went like this. Wow, this is terrible. Wow, what is this? This is unacceptable. And I knew it. That was why I developed the passion, because I always wanted to sing. And I knew I didn't have a good voice. So I said, let my instrument sing for me. Okay. So I took interest in the guitar.
Okay.
So every time people sing, I'll take my guitar, my strings will sing. But this day, I was in a fix. And Pastor, it was a bad experience. I was scolded in church. I was scolded in my family. It was the worst birthday I've ever had.
Actually, do you know how I went into that question? Because young people these days,
yes, ma'am,
once they discover they have a great voice or maybe one talent or the other, they think, wow, what's education? I can make money, big money with this talent. If they were in school, they drop out.
Well,
they don't think education is necessary. But how has education enhanced your...
For our man of God,
your talent,
Pastor Chris, he will tell you, if you want to be someone in life, go to school. No matter what your career is, go to school.